Alright, so you want to be able to get nice Tesla type vehicles on your lot. And then we're going to talk about floor plans and tell you how to do that. Let's jump into shut that door, Jay. All right, so floor plan. So you want to get a Tesla or Benz or whatever nice on your lot, and you ain't got the $60, $70, $80,000 floor plan. So what is a floor plan? A floor plan is sort of like this, a loan from the bank. Certain companies do it, and they will basically they will purchase the vehicle, let you purchase the vehicle, and then give you a couple months to pay it off. Hopefully you want to sell the vehicle. So for instance, I could get this on a floor plan. Let's just say I buy it at the auction for $60,000. Floor plans work at all your major auctions, so Odessa, Manheim, your auction, all of them. So you buy this at the auction, 60 grand goes on your floor plan. Now, how the floor plans work again, and one thing you do need to know, the owner of the dealership, that's who's like going to be the personal guarantee. What they're going to look at that person's credit. So you want to have good credit if you want to get a floor plan. Probably will start you off around $50,000. Unless you already got, money coming into your bank and you've been doing this and already, up and running for a while. They'll give you higher limits if you got, a lot of transactions and money coming in. But if you're just getting started, just off your credit alone, you should be able to get about a $50,000 line of credit. We do consulting on this also. So if you want to go really into detail, you want to know where the plans, how to apply, name of the best floor plans and all of that, I do consulting. Just get at me in the comment section. If you have a very basic question, you can put it down there and I'll answer it. If you need the in-depth detail, then that's going to be a consultant call. Back to the floor plans. So you buy this today. Let's say you went to Manheim today. You bought this. You got a floor plan. You pop it on there. So how it works, $60,000. They're going to charge you a fee, whatever it is, $500, $1,000. They're going to charge you a fee. Put it on your floor plan. In 30 days from today, they're going to want what they call a curtailment payment. What that is a first payment. It's going to be about $7,000, somewhere around $7,000 on a vehicle that costs about $60,000. So be prepared to pay that. Now, if you sell the vehicle, say you sell the vehicle in 10 days, you don't have to worry about that. You sold it in 10 days, you got the money for it, you send it off to, whoever your floor plan is through, pay it off, bam, you're done. If you don't sell it in 30 days, they're going to want that $7,000 first curtailment. All right. So let's say now if you sell it after that in 45 days, you made your first payment, $7,000, then you sell it 10 days later, fine, you're done. If you don't, and we get out to the 60-day mark, that's another payment, $7,000 payment they're going to want. That's at the 60-day mark. Next up is the 90-day mark. 90-day mark on most of them, not all, but most of them, they want it paid off in total. So if you pay $5,000 after 30 days, then another $5,000 after 60 days, you done paid $10,000 total on the 60. You still owe them $50,000, and they're going to be saying right now, hey, we want our $50,000. So that's the basics of how a floor plan works. Some of them different. They may give you an extra month. You can get extension, but in general, they're going to give you a few months to make these payments, and then they're going to want that car paid off. Be very careful with floor plans because us as small independent dealerships, if you're a big dealership, it's different. You go to the auction, you bought this at the auction 2 months ago, you couldn't sell it for whatever reason, you can take it back out and run it. So if the MMR on this is 60, and now let's say in 2 months the MMR is now 59, dealership, Toyota, Kia franchise, any vehicle, they'll get their 60 back because you're going to get MMR when you're running, through the auction. Now, independent dealers, you're not going to get. I don't know if I got any independent dealers on here, and please comment in the comment section if you've done this before, if you witnessed this, or you have a dealership with. When we take our cars to the auction, we don't get MMR 90% of the time because a lot of people do not want to buy. They want to buy it from the big dealership, the franchise, the Toyotas, the Porsches, the Kias, the big dealership. Independent dealerships, they mainly don't get their MMR. You usually get, so if this is MMR on this is 59, you might get 55 for it. So now you got $4,000 that you owe on it. You know what I mean? You could enable. So now you're in the hole. Careful on that as a small independent dealership when you go back and run something through the lottery. Through the auction. Just I've seen that happen on many occasions, so I've had to deal with that. Luckily now, Manheim is offering what they call a guaranteed first bid. That's something for another video, but if anybody's interested in the guaranteed first bid that Manheim offers, that helps a lot. And they got something called deal shield and some other ways that you can get around this, but be careful with that. Again, taking steps to the auction. Back to the floor plans now. It will allow you to get nice vehicles like that. If you have the customer base to support that and you can get it sold. So normally when you couldn't get nicer cars like this, the floor plans will allow you to get them. Again, be careful with them. Make sure you're making your payments. If you do sell this, make sure you don't do something else with the money and get caught up. Send them their money, get them paid off, I suggest. That's just the best way. You don't want to mess up your floor plan. You want to keep that, you want to keep that up and running. That's how that's how you're going to be able to get these nice cars and make money. I'm gonna let you guys, if you guys have any questions, you get in the comments. Miss RJ, I'm gonna let her ask about 2 questions before we get out of here, because we had to literally, this is like take 8 on this video. Give me a few questions about the floor plan. Miss RJ is not in this business, but just she may have something a question that may answer something that you guys were thinking too.
Actually, nothing really pops in mind right now.
Nothing pops in mind. Okay. All right. Well, that's if something does pop in mind before I end this, just let me know, Miss RJ. But that's pretty much it for floor plans. Be careful. They are great in that they allow you to get nice vehicles like this Tesla here, and not have to have the $70,000 cash to go and buy that from the auction. Be careful. Those curtailment payments, like I say, can be huge, so be careful on that. I think it's one of the main things I would say. I do suggest, and I talked about this in some of my other videos, while I would not suggest you starting with vehicles like this, probably, I would not suggest you start with what they call cash cars for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Those are junk, and if you don't have a repair facility on site and a mechanic on salary, you're going to come in. You're 9 times out of 10, you're not going to make any money, because you're going to get the car. I bought I think it was a 2012 Camry, and they're usually pretty reliable. Transmission was slipping on it, and I took it to Camry, $8,000 they said to replace the transmission. Now, even if I took it to a little independent shop, that still would have been about $6,000 to replace the transmission. That would have put me, I was probably going to make about $2,500 on the car. Now, if I would have paid to repair that transmission, I would have lost $2,500. Luckily, I was able to run that back through Manheim and get rid of that. But be careful with that. So that's why I say I wouldn't buy older cars like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, even $6,000, $7,000 cars. I would buy at least something that's new enough where you're not going to have any issue with it, most likely. So something like a 2015 or newer, under 100,000 miles, because you don't have the on-site repair. If you do, if you're big enough where you got on-site repair facility, it's fine, because you got your mechanic, you paying $20 an hour. He can put in a new transmission, he can put in a new starter. It's not going to cost you. If you take the Camry, like I say, to anywhere, a minimum of like $6,000 to replace the transmission. You can do that for half. You can probably get that done for $2,000 if you got a mechanic on site. You know what I mean? Because the labor is going to eat up. That's going to be a big part of your problem right there. I've seen like the the transmission control module, TCM, I think they call it, in a Cadillac SRX I had, went out. Cadillac dealership, I think they wanted like $4,000 to replace that. That would have ate up all of my profit. If you have an on-site facility, I actually bought it wholesale from Cadillac. Now, even though it was still expensive I'm sorry, not from Cadillac. I got it from another one of my auto part people. But I got that module for about $600. And then if I'd have had an on-site mechanic, it would have took him 3 hours to put it in, 4 hours to put it in. So, you're looking at $80 in labor costs. So that's about a $1,000 repair as opposed to a $4,000 repair. So get cars new enough that you don't have those issues. Again, that's another video. I'm not going to go into that anymore. This was about floor plans. RJ, anything popped in mind as far as the floor plans?
No.
Okay. Well, we're going to end this one again. Like I say, floor plans will allow you to get nice stuff like this. So I do like that. Just be careful with them. As always, EV Elite Vehicles here, and trying to answer some of you new dealer questions. And be careful with these wholesale prices. Prices at the auctions are through the roof right now. And A lot of people, I don't know, I'm not an expert, I can't read the future, the tea leaf, but a lot of people think these prices are about to start coming back down. So don't get stuck with a lot of inventory that you bought at high MMR, and then that MMR drops out, and you're losing 3, 4, 5 grand on each car, trying to get rid of it now or trying to sell it because the prices have came down, retail and MMR prices. So if you would, the only thing I ask for you, everyone out there, if you hit that thumbs up button for me, subscribe, and leave a comment, and we'll see you on the next one.
Like and share.